When I was lucky enough to concretely solidify that this show was happening, of course you get asked a lot, who would you like to have as a guest? Who would be your first guest? What's your dream guest? And every single time it was the same name, David Sedaris. And he is my favorite writer. He's one of my favorite humans. He's brought more to my life than most people. Honestly, I'm freaking out. I can't believe this. It's like you talk about something and then it actually comes true. He's a best-selling author, a humorist, an observationist, and just one of my personal heroes. He is a genius. This is his new book, The Best of Me. It is a collection of 25 years worth of his work. This is my first time meeting him. I'm freaking out. It's David Sedaris.
But I'm supposed to be freaking out. So I so appreciate you being that way, because now I'm not. I'm going to be completely, my job's to calm you down. That's what I'm here for.
Your writing is also, at some points, fictitious, but then at some points so brutally true, raw, honest, vulnerable. It feels very personal. Do you have like conjured memories and then go, that's a story, I need to write about that?
I mean, sometimes, I felt like for the earlier books that I wrote, essay collections, it was big things that had happened in my life, right? You know, like my mother dying was a big thing. But nothing really big happens to me anymore. So it's just more writing about little things. I mean, sometimes your life just feels like a story.
But then how do you David Sedaris-ify it? Like, where do you get those ornaments as a metaphor to stick in there that just are mind-blowingly funny?
I don't know. I mean, the hard thing about this pandemic is usually I'm on tour. So I go to like 100 cities a year and I read out loud, and I'll read new stuff. And then I go back to my room and rewrite it and read it and rewrite it. But since this pandemic, I've written a bunch of stuff, but I don't know if it's any good because I haven't been able to read it out loud and I haven't had the audience's reaction to it. So it's the oddest sensation to have all this material and have, like, I don't dare publish it because it could stink. Like, the audience is such a good editor for me.
Do you have a meter inside that says too far or don't care, and does it vacillate?
The too far meter, I know what that's like to be on stage and then just to think, oh, I'm just going to try this. But I think that's really important to do. But, you know, if I try something new and it doesn't work out, I'm not...
Then you let it go.
I'd more like congratulate myself, like, well, that's how you learn it didn't work. But that's why I feel fortunate to be a writer, right? Because a problem, or when somebody's mean to me, right? Like if someone's mean to my older sister, right? Then it just kind of ruins her week, and it's just awful. But if somebody's mean to me, it's like they handed me money. And I think, thank you so much. I'm going to go home and write about that. Mm-hmm. If you write, and if you write humor, nothing that horrible can happen to you that you can't use as material.
When you can write the comedy that you do about the human condition, that to me is the most productive, cathartic, interesting challenge that we can do as human beings, to take in this circus we're all living in and do something positive with it that affects someone else really nicely, like me, the reader. So thank you.
I like how you said that. You're really mad, but it turned out to be a positive thing. Your tone and everything was like, at the end, that's why you deserve to be in prison.
Is there one thing that you haven't written about yet that you would like to?
Somebody said, write about the thing that you are most embarrassed about. And usually it's the things that you're embarrassed about or that you're ashamed of that most people can relate to. Because we're not that different, right? So I tried that this summer, but I haven't tried it out loud yet because I don't know, and it's really bad. But I'm guessing that maybe a lot of people can relate to it. They'd be sick people, but there are plenty of sick people out there, and I think they'll be able to relate to it.
Is there one thing that you will never write about?
I don't write about sex. Especially like if you're in front of an audience and you're talking about graphically about sex, people are going to undress you and then put you in position. But like when you're 63, nobody wants to imagine you naked.
Yeah. I've lived so many, again, part of my crazy existence of being so wild is why it's the road I took, and that's why I'm here. I love people. I care about people. I feel like I was put on this planet to help maintain pleasant energy around. That's my life's mission. But I am so sick of the expectation of perfection, and I think it's gonna do us all in.
See, you got that tone again. I am sick to death.
I love people for who they really are, not what they're supposed to be.
And it's a finger pointing too.
I love you because you just lay it all out there in this creative, personal, real, fictitious, beautiful package that I eat like morsels and ingest them, and I just think, yes, yes, this is what human beings are like, and you know what? We should still love each other and deal with it and talk about it and accept or gripe or fix or do something, but stop with the, you're supposed to be this way and you're not.
It's like angry merriment.
And that is the way I want to go into this holiday, with some angry merriment.
So have a good Thanksgiving, Tim. Be the best you can be.
For who you really are and not who you're supposed to be.
And reach out to others.
Because you're never going to be society's cookie cutter mold.
And you can't cook.
David Sedaris, The Best of Me, is available right now. Pick it up, turn the pages, and enjoy some real life put in the most perfect package I've ever known.